Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another edition of Rotter Tube Reef. Today, what I'm going to show you how to build, and I'm just making this up as I go along, is, you know, those of you who have refugiums, and a refugium has got chaeto in it, and that grows and it houses pods, amphipods, which are little tiny see-through bugs that look like little shrimp, and they're eaten by the fish and by your mandarin goby if you have one. It supports the life in your aquarium, and these things will populate over time. The longer you have your aquarium, the more of them you'll get, and they will live within this chaeto for protection. And the chaeto looks like, think of like green hair, green straw, green grass, as opposed to pink grass, whatever. So this stuff is going to grow if you have the right lighting on it. And what I'm doing today is I have got a 20-gallon aquarium to extend my current sump, as you guys have seen in my previous videos. I'm going to be using that to fill that with chaeto. I bought 2 tennis ball size amounts of chaeto, about, I don't know, $4 a piece. And if you put that stuff in the aquarium, what's going to happen is it's going to float over to your return pump, get sucked into your pump, and blown out through your tank. So what I want to do is separate the chaeto from the return pump, and there are refugium boxes you can buy, clear plastic block boxes to put the chaeto in. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to spend money. So what I did is I went to the local craft store and I got this needlepoint plastic mesh. This is exactly what I was looking for. You want the amphipods to go through there. They're about 2 millimeters wide, roughly. What I'm going to do, and this is going to be really easy to do, all I really want or need is a separator to separate my aquarium. Now, people have said, why don't you just you could wrap some foam around your return pump, preventing anything from getting into your return pump, acting as filtration as well. Well, that's a great idea, but I also don't want the amphipods or the pods to get stuck on the foam. So I want them to go back into the tank. So what I'm going to do is use this instead. And all I'm really going to do is kind of emulate like a car shade, you know, like what a soccer mom would have in her van to protect the kids from the sun. So what I'm going to do is I've cut my 20-gallon aquarium is 12 inches wide. I've already made the mark with a Sharpie. I'm going to cut this PVC pipe at the 12-inch mark. Then I'm going to drill 2 holes right through this pipe. Why? Well, because I want to mount this. I have to cut this a little bit, and I want to connect this PVC to this needlepoint plastic by way of zip ties. So I'm going to zip tie through the PVC and through one of the squares. Right? Now let's pretend that that's already zip tied. All I'm going to do is then drop this into my aquarium. This will be in the bottom. Remember, this will be cut. So pretend it's cut. This is going to be dropped into the aquarium. This PVC will sit at the bottom. And the refugium will be split in half. 20%, or like 1/8 of the aquarium will be my, you know, return pump. The whole other side will be the chaeto. Now, the other side will be a bit longer. I'm going to cut it to about here because this represents where the aquarium width is inside. Now the top of the PVC is going to be about this long, and same thing, the other end is going to be connected same way, except why is this going to be 1 inch longer on the top? Because when I put it in on top of my aquarium, this is going to rest over the lip of the aquarium. So you've got this mesh separating with a PVC on the bottom for weight, zip tied, and a PVC on the top that's going to be a little longer than the top of the aquarium, so it just sits on top. How about that? Alright, so I've got both PVC pipes cut. It took me literally 20 seconds to cut them both. Here's my 12-inch PVC. Here is the 15. This is going to go on top of the aquarium so it's wider, so it won't fall in. It's going to connect, zip tie here, maybe zip tie in the middle, zip tie, zip tie, zip tie. Alright guys, so here we go. 3 holes drilled. It's actually a pretty good band name, 3 holes drilled. Here's the part that's going inside the tank. Now we're gonna zip tie it to the bottom of this mesh. Alright guys, so here it is. Holes drilled, zip ties through the holes. Nothing fancy, but just something to mount this needle point through. This is the end that's going in the tank. Alright. Drop that in and see how it works. So for the refugium light, I went and I picked up a couple LEDs for about $9. The daylight, it's important that you get the daylight because you want to emulate daylight so the refugium can grow. On the back, you're going to have your light appearance rating. Warm is going to be more of the yellowish light around 2700, which is what most of us use in our homes. You want to get anything, they say 3000K is good. I got 5000K. It's recommended that you use 6500K